Now.
After nearly 40 years, a one-time landmark for the city of Winona is one step closer to coming home. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Quentin Smith. An antique clock that was once housed in the tower of the former Winona City Hall will again be on public display in its hometown. During a special call meeting today, the Board of Aldermen approved $600,000 to begin work to get the treasure timepiece reinstalled downtown. Now, since the late 1970s, the clock has gone from Mississippi to California, where it was remounted, then over to Green Bay, Wisconsin, where it was featured at the Port Plaza Mall.
It's just bringing back a part of history that left, and now we're trying to get it back, and we're trying to kind of get a niche somewhere here in Mississippi, for Winona, and I think this would, kind of put us on the map as far as tourism, because it will be a unique thing that no other city in the state or in this area of the United States has.
And the town was able to buy the clock at an auction after the Park Plaza Mall closed. Columbus's Airbus plant should be busy for a little while. Today, members of the Mississippi's congressional delegation announced the Army will be buying an additional 35 UH-72A Lakota helicopters. The total contract is worth over $270 million, and the expected delivery date is 2021. Now, this is the second major contract in as many weeks for the facility. Just last week, Airbus won a contract for 25 EC-145 choppers for Emergency Medical Aviation Company. The EC-145 is a civilian version of the Lakota. Mississippi's roads have seen better days, but with a little sleight of hand, legislators hope to improve the state's infrastructure. Senate Bill 3046 passed the House with a 104-6 vote yesterday, but not without a few changes. Now, the plan so far is to divert future revenue and borrow some cash for roads and bridges without using any of the state transportation department funds. Over $100 million could be divided between local governments each year. Now, the state would also have the option to borrow another $100 million per year for the next 5 years. With the House's changes now on the bill, it heads back to the Senate for more debate. The Mississippi Attorney General's office is helping to fight identity theft by providing a secure way for people to dispose of sensitive documents. The annual Shred Day was held at service sites across the state, including the Walmart on South Gloucester and Tupelo. People brought in their documents to have them shredded on site. Representatives from the Attorney General's office say it's important to keep that information from getting into the wrong hands.
Things that we wouldn't think about, that they're casing businesses, they're casing certain places just for them to make a mistake. For instance, just ripping up a piece of paper that may have your ID on it, your social security number, and not being able to shred it as finely as a shredder. Somebody can step on that piece of paper inside, take it outside, and your information is on that piece of paper.
Shred Day was also held in Jackson, Hattiesburg, and D'Iberville. And it's now time to turn our attention over to weather. Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson is standing by with the first look at our forecast. Keith?
Quentin, right now we have a quiet Friday evening out there. It is now 10:03 and temperatures are cooling on down into the mid to low 50s out there. Some spots see more clouds than others. So worst case scenario today, we'll get down into the mid to upper 40s, but some spots may only get down to around 50. Those clouds are filling in now. I think we stay dry tonight. A chance for showers tomorrow morning and into the afternoon and evening. Scattered in the morning, more in the way of concentrated activity later on. 60s for us, 70s down south. There could be some strong storms too. All the details in just a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Keith. A pilot program is helping some Mississippi schools take a different approach to dropout prevention. Star Academies are also helping students that have fallen behind. Today, Morton High School held a ribbon cutting for their academy. Courtney Ann Jackson has the details on how this will work.
The configuration of this classroom may look a little different than the normal rows facing a teacher, but that's part of what's helping motivate these students who otherwise were falling behind. The goal of the Star Academy is to improve graduation rates and have fewer dropouts. That will start with 8th graders who at some point were held back a grade.
National statistics say if you're in 8th grade and you don't make it to 9th grade the first time,
over 85% of you will drop out nationwide.
8th graders who were academically behind will enter this program and leave as 10th graders if they meet all the requirements.
This is the opportunity to change their lives forever, and we know that Morton High School is going to be an example across the state for others to follow.
In fact, Morton is one of 5 schools statewide that received a 3-year grant to make the Star Academy possible. It won't be in full swing until next year here at Morton High School. Still, some students have started to find out how a non-traditional classroom can make a difference compared to a usual English or math class.
Make me feel like I'm better at English now. Made me feel excited when I look at my English grade.
It's hard to pay attention in that class. In this class, it's a lot easier to pay attention. I got ADHD, but you go up in this class, you just work, but it ain't bad.
Hands-on projects like building and racing cars, for example, help students figure out why they're learning formulas in math class and how they can apply the lessons.
We write how many distance and like how fast it got to the finish line and stuff.
The hope is that smaller class sizes with individualized attention will improve the focus and motivation and get the students back on track.
In Morton, I'm Courtney Ann Jackson.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi is teaching local elementary students about nutrition and healthy habits while giving them a chance to win money for their schools. The insurance provider kicked off its Get Ready to Run school program at Ward Stewart in Starkville today. The program will culminate on April 14th with a 1-mile fun run at Mississippi State, and participating schools can win award money for their school's PE program.
We're teaching them about healthy lifestyle habits, and that's very important for Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. We have a vision of a healthier Mississippi, and we want to encourage these kids to live healthier lifestyle habits. Kids at this age are very impressionable. They're learning things that they can take home and introduce to their younger siblings and even encourage their parents to get out and run.
28 Golden Triangle schools are participating in the Ready to Run program. For more information, just visit our website at WCBI.com.
Our live Doppler radar shows no rain out there this evening. It's actually been very nice, but a chance of rain on Saturday, about 90%. Some heavy rain Saturday night, lingering showers Sunday, then we turn it dry. Your full forecast is next. All right, friends, it is Friday night. We are ready for the weekend. What a great Friday we had. Look at our Alpha Insurance time lapse from Tupelo. Let me get out of the shot. You can see this gorgeous sunset we had with some of those high cirrus clouds coming on in. We topped out at 68 in Tupelo and Columbus. We started out at 29, so about a 40-degree recovery. North of Memphis, there are some showers trying to move into northern Arkansas, and that little batch of activity is moving east-southeast. So some of that could slip on in here later tonight, but really after sunrise, I think, on Saturday. So not too much activity for tonight. We're down to around 50 in many spots. Here's our planner for Saturday. Back into the mid-60s in the afternoon. Scattered activity as far as showers during the first half of the day as we get into the afternoon, probably the latter part of the day into the evening and overnight. Perhaps a better opportunity for some more widespread showers and storms. But low and mid-60s out towards Tupelo. South of Columbus, maybe pushing 70 down towards Philadelphia. All right, here's our weather radio programming event reminder. Saturday, that is tomorrow, 12 to 2, Alex and Amanda will be at Mossy Oak in West Point, getting you all set up on severe weather season. There could actually be a few stronger storms in the region tomorrow as well. The bullseye at this point to our west in Arkansas, parts of the Delta west of Jackson. Now, we are on the eastern fringe. We can't forget about this thing, but it looks like the worst of the weather, if it does happen to develop, will be to our west and southwest. But there could be some wind gusts around here, perhaps a little bit of hail, and some heavy rain. The tornado threat at this point looks pretty low in our viewing area, so that's certainly good news. But of course, we will just see how Mother Nature puts everything together. It's not even guaranteed that we even get some strong storms tomorrow, but we'll just see how it goes. Tonight, the clouds fill back in. There are those showers tomorrow morning around 9 o'clock, so if you are up and about early, you may see a little bit of rain. And not all spots will see rain tomorrow morning, but it is possible even into the afternoon. Now, as we get into Saturday evening and Saturday night, there will be a batch of showers and storms that will swing on through. That's probably going to be the heaviest of the weekend, and then just some lingering showers on Sunday, along with some cloud cover. Now, rainfall this weekend, anywhere from about a ½ inch to maybe 1 to 2 inches of rain. Some spots could get a little bit more, some spots a little bit less, but there's that potential out there. More rain. We don't need any more heavy rain. Can't rule it out this weekend, though. Don't forget about the time change Sunday morning. We spring forward 1 hour at 2 a.m. And then next week, lots of sunshine, but we are cool. Highs mainly in the 50s. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, lows down to around freezing.
Are you smarter than a fifth grader? I'm Victoria Bailey, and coming up, one local school puts that question to the test.
Welcome back, everyone. It was a battle of the ages today as Columbus fifth grade students challenged city leaders to an academic sparring match. The grown-ups were invited to Sale Elementary to test their knowledge. Our Victoria Bailey had a ringside seat. So, are city leaders smarter than a fifth grader?
Yes, I hope so.
It's been a long time since I was a fifth grader.
Modeled after the popular TV show, fifth grade students selected community members to join them for food, fun, and a test of the mind.
I've been studying for a while. I've been looking up words and stuff. I've been watching videos of it, trying to see what's it gonna go on.
We studied more and stuff like that. I personally just looked up a lot of things on the internet and focus, memorized them in my mind.
Contestants had to answer questions straight from an elementary school curriculum, and Columbus Municipal School Board President Jason Spears said he had to brush up on a few things.
Looking back over just some basic principles, things that you just kind of over time forget about. I've always been a history buff, so I felt pretty secure in history and social science studies and things, but mathematics was something else I had to go back over a few times.
Friday's event was hosted by the parent-teacher organization designed to highlight students' good behavior throughout the year. Principal Kimberly Blunt says this is a great way for the students to showcase their hard work while also building community relations.
Here at SAIL, we often try to bring the real world aspect into our school for our students. So it really does help them and benefit the children to have them competing against community members. It also lets them know the people in our city support our school as well.
Though this is the first year, District Attorney Scott Colomb says he hopes to match wits with students again.
It shows them positive role models. It shows that we care about them and their futures. And I'm always here to help the schools whenever I can because I know how important they are.
Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader is just one of many of the events the school holds under its Positive Behavior Intervention Support Program. And today's competition came out to be a tie. The Bulldogs are battling to the last second to keep its postseason dreams alive. Highlights and recap from St. Louis next in sports.
Regional Medical Center, advanced medicine, compassionate care, and visit Columbus, the city that has it all.
The Redemption Tour arrives at its latest stop from Mississippi State men's hoops. The Bulldogs looking to stay on the edge of the bubble with a quality win over the Vols. Lamar Peters and the Dogs looking for its biggest resume win yet, taking on 2-seed Tennessee. In the second half, a scary moment for Mississippi State. Nick Weatherspoon falls down hard after a layup, doesn't get back up. The officiating does not stop the play, and two guys run into Weatherspoon, including Quindary Weatherspoon. Nick would be down for a while. He'd have to be stretchered off the court with a neck injury. Post-game, Ben Howland said that Nick was responsive and had movement, but the game would have to go on after that, and Eli Wright would come up big for the Bulldogs with the steal, coast-to-coast with the and one bucket. Big momentum play for Mississippi State, trying to get over the loss of Nick for the game, but Tennessee always had an answer. This time Jordan Bone gets to the hole with a crafty finish. Vols with a 9-point lead, but the Bulldogs not going anywhere. Lamar Peters with a step-back triple to the opposite hand, and then inside, Quindary Weatherspoon, grown man rebound, grown man finish for the and one bucket. Bulldogs make it a game again. 2-point game after the free throw, but Tennessee absolutely killed Mississippi State on the offensive glass. Just like that, 22 offensive boards for the Vols. That would be a clutch shot late, but here comes Peters. One last shot. Look at the head fake. Triple. Never say die. 4-point game. Peters off the ball screen. Gets right to the hole, plus the contact. Mississippi State makes it a 3-point game with just under a minute to go. Last chance for the Bulldogs. Great look for Xavier Stapleton for the win is just long. Tennessee corrals the board, hits a free throw late, and Mississippi State can't get a shot off at the end. Vols escape with the win, 62-59. Bulldogs are eliminated. Robbie Donahoe has the recap on a tough night for the Bulldogs.
Good evening, Tom. Back here in St. Louis at the Scott Trade Center, it was really a wide range of emotions. You had the focus of Mississippi State trying to fight their way into the NCAA tournament, the effort, tenacity, and heart they played with, and then ultimately the adversity that came with it for Mississippi State due to the injury from Nick Weatherspoon. It was just a very scary moment that saw him getting stepped around his neck. There was plenty of concern. That was the reason why he was stretchered off, was having his neck stabilized. But from what we heard from Mississippi State and what they distributed to the media is that Nick Weatherspoon has movement in all of his extremities. He's completely aware of the situation. He's talking with people around him at the hospital. He's going to be undergoing a CAT scan later tonight. But Quindary Weatherspoon mentioned in the post-game press conference that Nick was asking about the score throughout the entire time that he was at the press conference, so he's going to be okay. But the realization is the Bulldogs now have to turn their attention to a different postseason as their run of the SEC tournament comes to an end due to a multitude of factors.
All things considered, it's obviously disappointing because we gave ourselves a great chance, and I love the fact that we never quit, we never gave up, we kept fighting, we kept battling, even with the loss of one of our best players and best defender.
At that point, I was just trying to play for him, try to play with a lot of energy like he played with, and basically I just said I did what he wanted me to do to try to play as hard as I can and try to come out with the win.
You know, I'm excited for our team about, getting a chance to play in the postseason, and, I hope we get some home games in the NIT and have a chance to battle to get towards Madison Square Garden. That'd be a great experience for these youngsters, and we're so young.
The biggest goal was to make it to the NCAA tournament. That was the main objective, and then we had a chance. We had a fair chance to make it. But I'm proud of the team that we able to advance in the postseason, and we're just gonna learn from this to get ready for next season after the NIT tournament, hopefully.
MSU will now await their postseason fate. We have Selection Sunday on WCBI. Following that, the National Invitational Tournament will release its entire 32-team bracket. You can probably find that on ESPN. We'll continue to follow that for you. But crazier things have happened. Who knows? Maybe the Bulldogs do end up in the field of 68 for the NCAA tournament. But for now, we do know at the very least the Bulldogs will be playing in the postseason. We'll have much more from here in St. Louis tomorrow as Alabama will take on the Kentucky Wildcats in the semifinals of the SEC tournament. Reporting here in St. Louis, Robbie Donahoe, WCBI Sports. Tom, back to you in Columbus.
Thank you, Robbie. Day 2 for state championships down in Jackson. 2A and 5A wrapping up the prep basketball season, starting with an all-area matchup. New site facing two-time defending state champion Ingomar for the 2A girls crown. This one was interesting early. Ingomar would get on the board first. Lindsey Hall inside to Mallory Russell for the and one bucket. It's a strong take inside, but that'd be the only basket of the first quarter. New site playing keep away for the entire first half. It was 3-0 after the first quarter. Royals playing, hey, if Ingomar isn't shooting, hey, they're not, we've got a chance here. But then New site gets on the board. Libby Loudon to Hannah Campbell inside for 2. But back comes Ingomar to Jatija Jones to Garrett Beth Self. Top of the key, nothing but nylon for the triple. Garrett Beth is pumped up. And later on, Maggie Smithy finds Lauren Thompson in the corner. She takes all 3 of those. Didn't even touch rim. Ingomar celebrates the three-peat, defeating New site 46-19. It's now the 10th girls state championship in Ingomar school history. Here's more from the Lady Falcons on the win and New site's Byron Sparks after the game.
they've changed the culture of Ingomar girls basketball. I mean, we had went through a stage of our program where it had fallen on hard times, and they've completely resuscitated it. Put an exclamation point on their career today with 3 of these.
Those girls out there will always mean so much to me. I couldn't ask for a better group of them. They're literally like my sisters now. It's really sad for it to end just like this, but it's been an awesome ride.
3 times has not ever been done in Ingomar history, so that's positive, and it just feels great. Not a lot of people get to experience winning their last game.
I don't think people gave us a chance all year. When you was talking about 2A teams, I don't think we were ever mentioned. So the last 3 weeks, man, they played so hard. I couldn't be prouder of a group of girls.
New Hope's Kai Earhart signs to join Mississippi Gulf Coast Soccer. Kai led the Trojans at center back, leading a defense that only allowed 14 goals all season and a trip to the 4A North semifinals. Hear from Kai and head coach Andrew Benson on our website, WCBI.com. That's it for sports. Last look at your forecast is next.
WCBI sports coverage of Mississippi High School State Championships is brought to you by OCH Regional Medical Center, Advanced Medicine, Compassionate Care, and Visit Columbus, the city that has it all.
We have made it. The weekend is here. Hallelujah, right? All right. So some showers and storms possible tomorrow and some lingering showers Sunday, drier, but more sun next week.
Man, I was going to have an event outdoors tomorrow, but I guess it's going to just rain on my little parade.
Hey, it could do that, yep.
I hate it. Have a great night, everyone.